Hello and welcome to Naperville North, where this is the home for the Camp Hoops tournament. I'm Joe Salinas, and with me is Mike Brennan, and we'll be your announcers for tonight's game, featuring the Andrew Thunderbolts against the Benet Academy Red Wings. And Mike, what do you expect from this game?
Both teams are coming in with a 1-0 record, and after looking at Bennett's roster, you see a huge amount of players being 6 foot or greater, compared to Andrew, where only about half their players are of that height.
And when I look at these two rosters of Andrew Thunderbolts and Benet Academy, a thing that stands out between Benet Academy is junior Sean O'Mara, who stands at 6'9". That's a big guy. How do you think Coach O'Halloran from the Andrew Thunderbolts is going to be able to plan out and defend him?
I don't really think we're going to see much planning against him until maybe halfway through the first quarter, because especially after yesterday's game, we predicted that there'd be other threats that really weren't much of a threat towards Andrew.
Absolutely, and last night's game was a great win for the Thunderbolts, who moved to 1-0 in this tournament. And your starting lineups today for the Andrew Thunderbolts will consist of number 3, Glorin Leisha, senior, standing at 6'2". Number 10, Mike Grenda, senior, stands at 5'9". Number 23, Jabril Adekoya, is a senior, stands at 6'7". Number 32, Alex Senni, is a senior and is 6'4". And Luke Hook, number 22, sophomore, who stands at 6'4". And for your Benet Academy Red Wings is Colin Bonnet, sophomore, who stands at 6'2". Number 12, Colin Pelletieri, junior, stands at 5'11". Number 21, Robert Hammerley, who stands senior at 6'2". Number 32, Pat McGurney, senior, stands at 6'5". And number 45, as I said earlier, Sean O'Mara, junior, at 6'9". And I think this game will be a battle of the boards here, and I think both teams will fight really hard and try to get this win, make a statement.
Like you're saying with Battle of the Boards, I really feel like this game's going to be a much higher scoring game than we're used to seeing tonight.
Absolutely, and last night against Oswego East, but Oswego really wasn't that big of a team. However, big difference tonight with Benet. As we are about to get ready for the tip-off here in Naperville North, we'd like to remind you that this tournament is sponsored by Camp Hoops, which is a foundation aimed toward helping family members of cancer patients. What a great society it is.
It's a great thing to see all these high school athletes coming out here, really coming to just support what a great cause this really is. It allows for children to really cope with the stress and emotions of having a family member fighting cancer.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to be in for a great game. And considering that Benet Academy really isn't more than 5 minutes away from here, you think that the crowd is going to have any impact on this game?
It definitely will, because though a lot of Benet players, or though a lot of Benet students are from not around the Benet area, they still do have a lot of school pride. And again, being 5 minutes away, there has to be some kind of fans coming here tonight.
Absolutely, and your head coaches for tonight's game for the Andrew Thunderbolts are Mr. Mike O'Halloran, is your head coach, and assistant coach, Mr. Jeff Keene.
And for the Benet Academy Red Wings, it's head coach Jin Heidkamp and assistant coaches Mike Bremner, Scott Veslick, and Kevin Conrad.
As we are about ready to quit introducing the Benet Academy Red Wings, I think this tournament's been pretty exciting thus far. I mean, we've seen a lot of good teams with a lot of great players, and tonight I don't expect anything different. I mean, we still have Jabril Adekoya and Glorin Leisha, who last night showed to us exactly why they're the captains of this team and why they are the leaders. Both of them seniors and both putting on a performance last night, one to remember for at least. And I don't think anything can change tonight. I mean, I still believe that those two players will be the key performers.
Last night with Jabril and Glorin both having more than half the team's points on the board, it really showed how much skill the team does have, though not just in those two players, but also all defensive plays by the players who, though they didn't get many points on the board, still made a huge impact in the game.
Absolutely, and I'm excited. As your Thunderbolts, as you know, are from Tinley Park, Illinois, part of District 230, and they're all part of the IHSA, while your Benet Academy is a co-ed private institution located in Lyle. And both members of the IHSA conference, and as we get ready here, both teams getting pumped and ready to combat each other in a game that I believe will be one to remember. And here we go, as Benet and Andrew both seem ready to get ready for the tip-off and commence this game. Remind you that there are 8-minute quarters in this tournament, as well as a halftime period consisting of 10 minutes. As the players shake hands, I think we are just about ready to rumble. Jabril Adekoya taking tip-off for Andrew, and Sean O'Mara taking the tip-off for Benet. And here we go.
Jabril didn't even try on that one. Do you think he was trying to make more of a defensive play on that?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a reason Coach O'Halloran wouldn't have Jabril take the tip-off there and maybe get the ball for the next coming halves. As they score, Benet scores instantly, give it to Sean O'Mara. Quick score by Benet. It is 2-0. Benet Academy. As the ball
Jabril now the ball swinging out to Senni. You know, a lot of these plays that we see by Andrew are very crisp and precise, but last night we saw more of a laid-back attitude coming into the game.
As Alex Senni misses that one, Andrew Thibault will shift to defense now.
What are you really expecting out of this game? Because we've already seen two very fast scores by Benet Academy.
And by Benet Academy, I mean Sean O'Mara, who dunks that one.
It seems effortless. He just seems like he just reach up there and touch the rim.
Absolutely, as he stands at, again, 6'9", big guy, and it is 4-0 Benet.
And Benet also playing a very aggressive defense.
Glorin now, another star player for Andrew, will touch the ball, and Jabril as well.
Joe puts it up for two. No good.
Benet will take the ball back to the front court here. As we slowly approach the 6-minute mark. Benet Academy thought about that one for a second and swing it back out to the Benet player.
Rebound by number 10, Mike Grenda. You know, Grenda, like I said last night, he's not really one of the tallest players, but he really does make up for it in his effort and his skill.
Absolutely, and here we go with this Andrew team just trying to find a way to score here as Jabril will reverse it up and in. 2-4, 4-2, still Benet Academy, but Andrew finding something.
You know, Jabril showing a great deal of skill there.
Benet Academy showing great poise and great confidence in their abilities to score here. Alex Senni will have a big time on his hands defending number 45, Sean O'Mara, and that is number 11, Colin Bonnet, who misses as he will get the ball again and swing it back out. Another miss by Benet. Andrew rebounds. Glorin Leisha with the ball now. He'll rush to the races here and stop.
Right now what I'm noticing is it seems like Benet has really found a hole in Andrew's defense early in the game. Do you think that's from maybe studying Andrew's gameplay over the past couple of years?
You know, I don't know, Mike. It could be, but I don't know. Again, you have really tall Benet players who seem to have a lot of great strategies on offense here. Could just be great offensive play. Here we go back to Sean O'Mara here.
And a travel call on O'Mara.
Andrew will get the ball, and Jabril will inbound here with 4 minutes, 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Here, T-Bolts are trailing 2-4. Jabril being the only scorer for Andrew. Sean O'Mara the only scorer for Benet here. It's kind of what we predicted. I mean, a battle of Jabril and Sean. Both players, 6'7", 6'9", respectively. Obviously, the biggest forces here to deal with in this game.
Yeah, but then we also look at defensive superpowers. And though Benet really doesn't have many players that stand out to me right now as a defensive player, it seems like we have Jarvion Franklin, who is a huge defensive player out there. He's a huge body to get over, and also Alex Senni.
As Mike Grenda takes a shot, and that's exactly what we were looking for in the first game, as he will get the three and head to the free throw line. Great play by Glorin Leisha finding him, and perfect execution by Mike Grenda, as this game is now 5-4 to Andrew, and a chance for Mike Grenda to get a 4-point play here. Again, Mike Grenda, great prolific shooter. Really didn't see much of him last night as we were expecting. Drains the free throw, and this is a 6-4 ball game. Great surge for the T-Bolts as they get 4 points that drive by Mike Grenda.
Ball swung out to number 5. Andrew keeping more pressure than they were before. Do you think that last opportunity gave them a little bit more confidence in their game?
Now there's Jabril with a great rebound. Not letting Benet get away with one there. As Jabril will rise up for a 3, and he will get what he wants.
2 great scoring opportunities back-to-back for Andrew, putting them in the lead by 5 points.
It is 9-4 with your T-Bolts up early here in the first quarter, and 2 consecutive drives, 7 points. As they give it back to Sean. Sean will try to lay it up there, and he'll miss, and he will miss again, and this rebound will belong to Andrew. They are playing great defense on this Benet Academy team, and Jabril will lose it.
You know, right now what I'm seeing is it seems like Bennett's whole offense is really wrapped around Sean O'Mara.
Absolutely, and again, why wouldn't you utilize your 6'9" junior here? But here we go to give it back to Sean. He will just get it back, and he will get the and 1. And Sean, being the only source of offense for this Benet team, will head to the free throw line, try to make this a 2-point game.
Now Gino Carapolo's coming out to replace number 22, Luke Hook. Both of those players were freshmen last year and both made varsity last year as well.
Absolutely, 2 great players that are rising stars here and will become a great asset to Andrew as this season progresses and as these future seasons come. Sean Mayer here with the free throw, and he will miss it, but rebounded by Benet and taken down by Jabril.
Jabril Adekoya, he's been an absolutely amazing player, a huge asset to the Andrew offense and defense.
Absolutely. He's been one major player that controls the boards, and this game will be a little bit different considering Benet has the height advantage, but Gorn will challenge his man and miss the layup. Benet will take it to the front court again. Would be surprised if they gave this one back to Sean O'Mara, him being the only source of offense here, and of course they give it back to him, and here he goes for the easy layup up and over, and he has 8 points this game.
You know, O'Mara, he's a huge force of offensive power, and you know, their passing is very crisp, and when they get it up to him, he has just such a huge reach. It seems like Jarvion's having trouble guarding him.
Absolutely, and here we go, just give a little pass to Jabril back in the paint, and Jabril will try driving in, and shot taken by Jarvion Franklin, and he will miss. Rebound Benet as they still trail 9-8. Andrew up by 1. And Sean will just throw it out of bounds.
You know, honestly, with a lot of these passes that Bennett's been having, almost every single pass has been on its target. And there's been no stolen passes on Andrew's defensive part, mostly because of the high skill level that Benet does have with their passes.
Mike Grenda will bring this to the front court here. Already has 4 points this game. Andrew almost loses it, but they will retain possession here with 1:56 left in the quarter. Andrew leads 9-8. Number 5 from Benet Academy, Joe Boyle, is the only one with the foul, as well as number 5 on Andrew Thunderbolts, Jarvion Franklin. Only players with 1 foul each. So the T-Bolts try to rally here and get something, get the momentum back. Benet making it really difficult for them.
Williams
here.
now driving in.
And there will be a foul on Benet Academy here as Andrew will retain possession. Again, I really think that this game is going to revolve around how well each individual Andrew player has the ability to score. I mean, because you see with Benet, Sean O'Mara is the only one with points here, and he's the only one they have to really worry about. I mean, with Andrew, if they take out Jabril, you still got players who can score. As Mike Grenda showed with his 4-point play, he has the great ability to score, as well as Glorin Leisha. Push by Benet Academy, and it will be another foul given to them. Andrew retains possession again, as Benet has now racked up their 3rd foul of the quarter.
Do you feel like Bennett's going to play more of a very offensive or very aggressive game, using most of their fouls up?
You know, I don't really know. I mean, as the game shows right now, they show to be very aggressive already, but being too aggressive can never help your basketball team. As you don't want to worry too much about fouling out here, especially in the first quarter. Gino Cropos will take the shot, and he will be denied. Benet will advance the ball, and they're going to look for Sean O'Mara again as He's just trying to do anything he can to get open. Andrew not really worrying too much about the other Benet players.
You know, O'Mara seems to be like what Jabril was last year, more of an inside player.
And there's a shot by number 12, Colin Pelletieri, as he will get the quick score. And Glorin unable to muster one of his own as Benet now leads 10-9.
And with under a minute now left in the first quarter, Benet has possession.
Bennett's going to look for Sean again. Sean is trying to bully his way into the paint. He will be called on a traveling foul as Andrew will get the ball back. And I'd expect Andrew to try to keep this ball for the last possession here.
You know, with 35 seconds left in the quarter, I really feel like they're going to try to get hit either Leisha or Jabril mostly on this scoring opportunity.
Absolutely. You don't want to forget about key players like Karopoulos, again, has a great shot, even though he's only a sophomore here in this Andrew varsity team. But I'd expect Andrew here to try to take a lot of time off this clock as we now reach 20 seconds. Gives it back out to Glorin, and Glorin will hold the ball here and wait for time to go down as he wants that last shot.
Jarvion with the three. No good.
And that's the end of your first quarter with Benet Academy Red Wings leading 10-9 over your Andrew T-Bolts. We will begin the second quarter with Andrew getting the ball.
Though this game did start shaky with T-Bolts having, I believe it was a 4-point deficit for a few minutes early in the first quarter. Do you really think that's going to happen again? Or do you think T-Bolts have adjusted to Bennett's offensive strategy?
You know, for seeing the first quarter, I didn't see much out of Benet except for them using Sean O'Mara very heavily here. And they did a great job of containing him, even though Sean has 8 of the 10 points that Benet has racked up. I expect him to play a lot more defense, a lot more coverage on number 45, Sean O'Mara, until someone else on Benet steps up.
Have you noticed? I'm sorry, continue.
No, that's it. What did you say?
Have you noticed anything about Bennett's defense that really strikes out to you?
Bennett's playing great defense. They're shifting players around. They're playing on their man and staying in their zones and proving to be a very disciplined defense. Not seeing many holes for Andrew to score. I mean, most of their shots have been contested and really haven't been easy for him. And I haven't seen any goals on their defense or any fast breaks for them. So I'm expecting a very heavily fought defensive game here, as we're only at 9-10 here in the first quarter, with Benet again leading by only 1 point. And now on the court for Andrew will be number 22, Luke Hook. Number 3, Glorin Leisha. Number 10, Mike Brenda. 23, Jabril Adekoya. Number 5, Jarvion Franklin.
You know, a lot of multiple sport athletes here with Glorin Leisha also playing soccer, and Jarvion Franklin also playing football and being a thrower for track.
Absolutely, and it just shows how much power this Andrew team has. As Benet will keep with the same guys on their side of the court. Andrew will start with the ball.
Quickly getting it out to Leisha and then to Hook. Andrew wasting no time distributing this ball around.
And Jabril will get a touch on this ball before someone decides to strike here. Jabril will try to find a way to get the shot off, and he does.
But it's no good.
But it's stolen. Great play by Jarvion Franklin as T-Bolt will retain possession, send Benet right back to defense. Jabril will get the shot here.
Luke Hook now possessing the ball out to Leisha. Leisha has Grenda up top, nobody on him. He gets it down to Jarvion.
And Andrew really trying to find a hole in this Benet defense. Looking for a quick, easy score, taking a lot of time off this clock, and they will shovel back out to Grenda, who will airball. However, Jabril with the foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
You know, what I've noticed, especially about Bennett's defense right now, is that they're putting a lot of pressure inside the paint.
Absolutely. Not letting Andrew get anything here, as Jabril will go to the line for 2 shots.
I feel like that's actually going to be a better strategy at this point.
Absolutely, and here we go. Jabril having a little trouble with free throws last night.
No trouble here.
Again, we are at Naperville North, High School here in Naperville, Illinois. Your host, Joe Salinas, here with Mike Brennan, here to give you every good detail of this game, this tournament, for Camp Hoops, a society aimed at helping family members who have cancer. Great society to have a tournament for, wouldn't you say, Mike?
I completely agree, Joe, especially because a lot of the hardships that do go along with having a family member going through cancer.
And Cloyne with a great steal there. Benet playing really sorry basketball, and he will get fouled. And Glorin will head to the line for 2 points. For 2 shots, I'm sorry. T-Bolts now lead 11-10 here. As that will be the 5th foul committed by Benet. Really getting into foul trouble early here. Glorin with his great free throw shooting abilities and always stands out with his lime green shoes here. Kind of like his trademark. Vital player for Andrew here on this varsity team. He will go for a second free throw shot. And again, money from the free throw line.
You know, free throws, like we just saw there, Benet just lost the lead due to allowing 2 free throws off 2 fouls.
Absolutely, and Benet will take his ball back out as their T-Bolts lead 13-10, I believe. The scoreboard shows otherwise. But that will be a foul on the shot. And that will be 3 free throw attempts coming for Benet Academy. T-Bolts now lead 13-10. Scoreboard was updated. 6 minutes, 31 seconds left in the second quarter. This will be number 11, Colin Bonnet. Sophomore, stands at 6'2". Make his first free throw with ease. And here we go with his second shot, and he will make it again very easily.
For his third and final one.
Benet having an opportunity here to make a 3-point play. Benet will not be denied as they equalize this game at 13-13.
Andrew wasting no time getting down the court. Quick passes here.
Glorin will try to take the quick 3, and he will miss his mark. 13-13 the game. Close one here in Naperville North. This tournament not going underway. This is game 2 for the Andrew Thunderbolts, as they are 1-0 in this tournament thus far. One thing I'm kind of surprised, being 4 minutes into this quarter, is Benet Academy not really utilizing Sean O'Mara as much as we think.
You know, Sean O'Mara, I feel like Benet Academy did see that, or Andrew did see that O'Mara really is their huge offensive power.
And all we had to do was say it, and there he is, Sean O'Mara, with another 2 points here in the second quarter. Makes it 15-13. Benet up by 2. Andrew having a tough time stopping him, as Sean has already racked up 10 points in this game. Andrew still having difficulties guarding him, as Jarvion will take the ball here and take the shot as well. And he will get what he wants as he makes it a 15-15 game, as Benet will bring the ball back up court. And you know, another thing that I noticed, Mike, is some players on Benet are stepping up. You saw number 11, Colin Bonnet, draining 3 free throws in a row to make this game tie, really bringing the momentum back here. And we'll see Benet here retain possession. It was knocked off an Andrew player. But what do you think about this performance by this Benet Academy team?
You know, really what I'm thinking about this Benet team is, though O'Mara really does have probably probably their huge offensive power, having most of the points scored, I do feel like the offensive passing is really setting up O'Mara for all of his scoring opportunities.
Absolutely. Now we got a 3-point shot from Benet, and that will be good.
Scores now 18-15. Benet leading.
I believe that's number 21, Robert Hammerley. Senior at 6'2" here. Makes this 3-point game 18-15, Benet Academy. And we'll swing it back out to Glorin as he will try and find some way to get past this great defense of Benet, as they just play a zone. And bad shot selection by Luke Hook, as He airballs and really didn't have a chance on that shot.
And
Benet really getting easy pickings.
what I think he was doing there, Joe, was trying to maybe draw the foul off of them.
You know, that's what I was thinking too. And here it comes back to Sean, as Sean will just bully his way in there and be called with an offensive charging foul. And that will be O'Mara's first foul of the game.
And I feel like if Andrew does play smarter and tries to draw more fouls off of O'Mara, that they might be able to make him play more cautiously and his team maybe play more timidly towards him.
Absolutely. This game still for grabs. Only a 3-point differential. As Luke Hooker will get the ball back here. Swing out to Jarvion. Jarvion thought about it, and he will. And he will miss.
Something that I've noticed about Andrew really is that they really aren't following the shots that are being. They're more falling back on defense right away instead of following the shots. Because I have noticed a lot of easy rebounds that Andrew could have gotten if they had another guy down there.
Absolutely is. The ball will be retained by Benet Academy, knocked off an Andrew player. Jabril trying to get in there and prevent the play. Great defense by Andrew, trying to do anything they can to prevent O'Mara from getting the ball. Benet will inbound this. As your game is 18-15. Benet Academy up by 3 over your Andrew T-Bolts with 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in this game. Benet already has 6 fouls thus far, and Andrew only has 2. Playing smart basketball is Benet will put another shot up, and it will be good.
Seems like that one was just more. It could have gone either way with that shot, bouncing off the rim.
Absolutely, it will be a 2 for Benet as this game is now 20-15. Benet leads. Andrew doing anything they can to get a good shot here as Alex Senni takes one, and he will miss. Another Benet possession here as they look to make this lead even greater. They'll take their time as he will get fouled, and that'll be the 3rd foul on Andrew, and he will go to the line for 2 shots.
It is Senni's first foul of the game.
Andrew kind of losing it now as this Andrew team doing anything they can to find a way to score. And that'll be a missed free throw by number 32, Pat McKierney, senior who stands at 6'5". Big guy for this Benet Academy team. And 2 players we haven't seen thus far for Benet is John Kurzadim and Tom Kurzadim, seem to be brothers. Both juniors who stand at 6'7". Second biggest guys on this Benet team, and I'm kind of surprised that Coach Gene Heidkamp hasn't put them out there.
Maybe he's possibly saving them for the second half.
Possibly, Mike possibly is. It is still a 6-point game. Your Andrew T-Bolt's trailing 15-21 here in the second quarter. As Jabril will try and get his way into the foul line, but he will not. He will get called for a travel instead. And here we go with this Andrew team trying to just find some way to score here. Really proving to be a lot harder said than done.
You know, I feel like Andrew might be on a little bit of a high horse yesterday after getting a great win over
Oswego East.
Oswego yesterday. Thank you, Joe.
Problem, Mike, that's why I'm here. As Sean O'Mara will get fouled, and he will head to the free throw line for 2. Try to extend this lead. Benet Academy playing smart basketball now, just finding a way to get fouls and getting to the line. As Sean will drain his first free throw.
You know, what I noticed in warm-ups about Sean, he really is more of an inside player. Looking at some of his outside shots, weren't really as strong as you'd expect out of a player like him.
Absolutely. And now Benet Academy really controlling the boards and controlling the rebounds like we predicted would be a battle of the boards all game here. O'Mara will have a chance to get himself 12 points in this game. And he will not. Jabril gets the rebound, and it is 15-22. Your Andrew T-Bolt's trailing now by 7 points. And that'll be stolen by number 12, Colin Pelletieri, and he will take it all the way to the rim for 2. Great play by Benet Academy as they increase this lead to 9. Timeout taken by Coach O'Halloran. Andrew really needing something now as they haven't scored within the last 5 minutes. Benet Academy doing everything they can to keep this roll going. And you know, Mike, this is kind of what, I don't know if we expected this. I mean, we thought Andrew put up a little more of a fight here, but it seems like they're playing very conservatively.
Yeah, I also did notice that, Joe. Their defense playing a little bit more in toward the paint than they did, possibly compensating for the really what I feel like is probably one of their only great offensive players, Sean O'Mara.
Absolutely, and you see our Andrew crowd section over there trying to get a little pumped up. You see on the top right-hand corner of your screen, doing anything they can to get their T-Bulls all riled up and get them to score here, find a way to score at least. Jabril will inbound to Mike Grenda. Brian Warge, number 31, checks into the game here, as does Aaron Williams. Junior stands at 5'11", he's number 11. He has the ball now. And Andrew still trying to find a way to get through this Benet Academy defense, who's proving to be a really good defense himself.
Sean O'Mara also, I've noticed, staying in the paint for just about this whole game. Only stepping out to avoid a 3-second violation.
And Jabril will get the rebound, offensive rebound for the T-Bulls here as they just tried for a three. To no avail. Andrew got to find a way to score here. As the clock winds down to a minute left in the second quarter, your T-Bulls trail by 9 points to Benet Academy. 24-15 to score.
Jarvion with the shot, no good.
Jarvion doing anything he can to prevent Sean O'Mara from getting a score. And Benet will swing it back out to all their players. Each of them getting a touch here. Benet thought about it, swings it back out to 15. And Benet now taking a lot of time off the clock as there are only 13 seconds left in this half. The T-Bulls trailing by 9. And they'll toss
Finding
to Sean.
O'Mara.
They'll take it for a three, and it will be good by Benet Academy. That's number 11, Colin Bonnet. And that'll be the half with your T-Bulls down by 12 points. Benet Academy 27, Andrew T-Bulls 15. And we will take a quick break here in Naperville North with your host, Joe Salinas and Mike Brennan. We'll see you at the beginning of the third quarter. And we're back here at Naperville North with your Andrew T-Bolts losing 15-27 to Benet Academy. And we are here in Naperville North with the Camp Hoops tournament. It's a society that sponsors cancer, or family members of cancer patients and helps them. Great society that it is. And Andrew is 1-0 in this tournament thus far.
And as is Benet Academy, though, and what we've seen from Benet is a lot more, seems like, scoring opportunities with their center, Sean O'Mara.
Absolutely, and what do you expect to see from the second half, Mike?
I feel like I'm going to see a lot more substitutions out of Benet if they do keep a lead like this. But also on Andrew's half, I feel like they're going to try a whole lot harder and really attempt more risky plays than they did in the first half.
And here we go at the beginning of the third quarter. Benet will start with the ball. It will be underway. Number 12, Colin Pelletieri, bringing the ball to the front court.
Also noticing that Andrew's switching to a man-to-man defense.
Exactly, and Andrew has put out Goran Lisha, number 3, Gino Karopoulos, Jabril Adekoya, Aaron Williams, and
Jabril being there on Sean O'Mara for a good reason, which you just saw right there.
Absolutely.
I feel like his one and only job for today on defense is to keep that ball out of Sean's hands.
As now you see the coverage switched from now Jabril to Sean covering him. As
Williams getting the rebound.
Given to Andrew. He will drive and not take the shot.
Karopoulos getting on that one. Jabril driving it in.
Trev is traveling on Andrew.
In my opinion, that was a good call by the referees.
It was. Jabril almost had an easy one there for 2, and the ball will be retained by Benet.
You also saw almost an easy scoring drive from Williams, but after dropping his shoulder, seemed to have lost control of the ball.
And here we go with number 32, Pat McKierney, senior, stands 6'3". He'll check this ball in as he does, and Benet now finding a way to get quick, easy scores here as Sean O'Mara will be fouled by Jabril Adekoya. Benet will retain possession. You see Jabril now getting a lot more physical with Sean, not letting him bully his way around.
I feel like at halftime in that locker room, that probably was a point that they did stress for Jabril to play more physical than he is used to playing.
And there will be another foul on Andrew as a player at Benet Academy falls. Andrew getting a lot more physical, and Jabril picking up his second foul, and we're not even at a minute in the third quarter.
Williams another rebound, passing out to Lisha. Karopoulos with the easy rebound for the score.
And Benet Academy will take a quick timeout here as the T-Bolts are within 10 of this Benet Academy team. And here we go with Coach Micah Halloran really showing a different style of play now for these Andrew T-Bolts as they are a lot more aggressive than we saw in the first half. The biggest contribution being Jabril Adekoya being switched now, number 45, Sean O'Mara covering him. And you see a lot more physicality between the two players.
I think the whole reason for the physicality is they both know that they're probably the two stars of the team. And they both really want to show, I'm the better player here. I'm going to stop you.
Absolutely. And as we're seeing right now, both players with similar numbers, both leading their team in scoring. O'Mara with 11 points on his team, Jabril with 7 on his respectively. And after this timeout, I'm interested to see how these two teams collide again, as Andrew has shown 2 opportunities here to score quickly on fast breaks. The first one being stopped by Benet. The second one, not so much. As this is a 10-point game here in Naperville North for this Camp Hoops tournament. And that'll be nearly stolen again by Andrew. They're begging for a foul, and Andrew will get the ball again here, and they have numbers. And Jabril will be fouled and head to the line for 2. Number 32 on Benet, Pat McKierney, is down, looking for medical attention. Still hasn't gotten up, as this will be an injury timeout. Still on the floor. Hasn't done anything, and we'll take a quick break here from game action. Your T-Bolts within 10 points of Benet Academy to score 27-17, 6 minutes, 28 seconds left in the quarter. Benet player still down. As we watch and continue to try to get more information on the court here. You never want to see a player go down like this, as players work hard all in the off season, and now beginning this season, you want them to be healthy and you don't want them to have to lose a season. And great standing ovation for this number 32, Pat McKierney here, as he will take a seat on the bench, and we will resume play. Still waiting to see who checks in for him. I believe it will be number 4, Eddie Ishu, senior, stands at 6 foot. Check in for number 32, Pat McKierney. And as we resume, Jabril will have 2 free throws coming. Picking up a foul on the way up to the hoop. Again, Joe Salinas here, Mike Brennan, your announcers, and Nathan Chanel is your camera producer.
And missing the first one.
And this is what we saw last night, is Jabril had a little trouble with the free throws. He's doing good so far at the beginning of this game, and here we go as he drains the second one and makes this a 9-point game. Andrew still trailing by 9. Benet will advance the ball on the floor, and again we see this matchup between Jabril and Sean.
High intensity after the injury.
Sean will miss the ball again.
Leisha staying up.
Leisha having great ball handling skills, falling, and he will take the 3, and it will be no good, as Andrew will retain possession of the ball here.
To be inbounded by Williams.
Great adversity out of this locker room from Andrew, as they have scored 3 points to begin this quarter and haven't allowed Benet to score at all. Jabril will get this ball as he tries and finds a way to score, and Glorin will get the ball now. Another key player of this Andrew offense and defense, as Glorin has a steal in this game.
Karopoulos now with the ball.
And a lousy pass by Karopoulos, as that will lead to a turnover. Benet now having an opportunity to score, and that will be a 3 taken by number 21, Robert Hammerley, and he will miss. Rebound by number 11, Colin Bonnet. And that will be another 3 taken, out. And that will be good by number 20. That'll be number 21, Robert Hammerley.
Andrew now regaining possession.
And that'll be another lousy pass by Jabril Adekoya now, as Benet will get another turnover their way, and they lead by 12 here. Getting wide open looks at the basket now. Here's Sean trying to make this game a lot better, and he won't have a shot at it. Number 12 thought about it.
O'Mara being covered all day by Jabril.
Absolutely, and Sean will turn around and get an easy jumper as he extends it to a 14-point game. And Andrew really lost all momentum in that 30-second series there, as Benet has scored 5. And that'll be a miss by Aaron Williams. Benet with the ball now, trying to find another score here. Probably looking for their big man, Sean, up in the center.
You know, Sean O'Mara, you really do see a lot of opportunities out of him, with O'Mara scoring 13 points already for his team.
And that is another 3 by Colin Bonnet, as he is just on fire here in the second half. He has 9 points. Third 3 of the night. And your T-Bolts trail by 17 points here in the third quarter. Now other players on Benet Academy starting to step it up, and you're seeing a lot of improvement here on their offense. And if you're an Andrew player, if you're Coach Mike O'Halloran, I don't know what to tell your players here. What do you think, Mike?
You know, right now, I think O'Halloran, he's angry with his players right now. Not so much on part of the effort, but on the lack of precision that they're having, just trying to be a little bit more risky and playing a little bit sloppier than we're used to seeing up here. And what I feel like he's going to try to do is tell his team to make their passes crisp, precise, and make sure that it gets to its target.
Absolutely, and here we go. Andrew will get the ball here, trailing by 17. Largest deficit of the night. Jabril with 2 fouls and Sean O'Mara with 1. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter of play. Glorin will inbound this, take this ball out and look for a score.
He finds Jarvion. Jarvion puts it up, no good.
And Andrew having a hard time finding the net tonight. That is another miss by Jarvion, who's made 1 out of 3 attempts, and that is a steal by Glorin, and Glorin will take it all the way to the hoop for an easy 2. That is the second steal of the night, and that will be his 4th point of the night as well.
I feel like Andrew's man-to-man has really taken a very good turn.
And that's Sean O'Mara again, as he will just turn around and get the easy bucket and the foul. And he will shoot 1 at the line. Seems like Sean just being core bucket of offense here, being the go-to guy for Benet Academy.
You know, right now, do you think that it really is the wisest decision to switch coverage from Jabril to Jarvion on O'Mara?
Well, you know, when you have other guys stepping it up, such as, you know, Colin Bonnet, who has 3 threes tonight, it's kind of a must. Really got to switch up your game strategy here. It's number 32, Pat McKierney, checks back into the game. And that will be a 3 by Glorin Leisha, making this, again, a 15-point game. That will be his 7th point. Andrew trying to find some way to come back here.
Andrew right now, I feel like they're showing that they really aren't a team to be messing with.
And that'll be a travel by Sean O'Mara here. And this will be Andrew's ball again. Trying to come back. Benet Academy making it extremely difficult, as the fan base did not like that call at all.
Mike Grenda checking back into the game now.
And at the beginning, he had an amazing 4-point play from the 3-point line, getting the 3 and the foul. See if he can get another momentum boost like that. And that'll be Glorin, another 3 way off.
It'll be Bennett's ball now.
Benet will take it up to the front court here as number 12, Colin Pelletieri, takes it. Gives it to Colin Bonnet, who's just been on fire this game with 3 3-pointers, having 9 points in the game thus far. And there's Sean again, but stolen by Jabril. And Jabril will just try and take the shot himself. He does, and he will drain it. 13-point game, Benet leading 38-25. Here with 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter.
You know, Jabril, you really saw him just take charge there, doing just an easy move, sliding over, getting around the Benet defender.
And it will be Bennett's ball still. And Benet will retain possession here as Aaron Williams checks in for number 22, Luke Hook.
We really haven't seen much out of Hook today. Why do you think that is, Joe?
Well, when you play this Benet team with the players that they've got, I mean, many people have been cold, and he had a couple of turnovers early in the game. You know, maybe you want to try to get different guys out there, try to get different looks at the basket. Each player has different personality here and likes to deal with the ball different ways. Who knows, Michael Hallen being a great coach for Andrew for around 10 years. Benet will take a timeout instead of risking a turnover here, as we are at the minute and 41-second mark here in the third quarter at Benet Academy. Joe Salinas and Mike Brennan here as your announcers, giving you the best inside coverage of Andrew versus Benet game, as well as the Camp Hoops tournament here in Naperville North. Your cameraman, Nate Chanel.
You know, we've seen a lot of great plays that Andrew's had, but also Benet, I feel like most of their scoring opportunities have come from number 11 and number 45, Sean O'Mara.
Absolutely, and those two players combined have a total of 25 points, out of 38. Obviously, big playmakers for this team. Benet doing a great job of getting offensive looks and finding gaps in this Andrew defense, proving themselves to be a great top-notch team here in this IHSA conference.
And Benet keeping both of their offensive powers out there.
And here we begin after the timeout, a minute 41 seconds left here in the third quarter. Benet will inbound. Andrew switching to man-to-man defense here. Jabril on Sean O'Mara. Key matchup there. Benet trying to find the way to get it to Sean O'Mara. Keep looking at him out from the three-point line.
Jabril getting that turnover.
Stolen by Jabril again.
He finds Leisha.
His stolen from Leisha, and Leisha has turned the ball over quite a few times this half.
Jabril having to run back, get on his man, O'Mara. And a pass to nobody on that one.
That was a sloppy play by a Benet player. That was number 32, Pat McKierney. I believe was looking for Sean O'Mara, but simply wasn't there. T-Bolts have a chance here to cut this game down to 10.
And Leisha taking this ball down very, very casually.
I believe Andrew's looking for the last possession here as we approach the 42nd mark here in the third quarter.
Williams with the ball now, looking for someone to pass to. He finds Jabril.
And Williams thought about it and will get the shot off and the foul.
Head to the line, 4-2. That is O'Mara's second foul of the night.
Aaron Williams will go for the free throw attempt here. Drains the first one. Cuts this game down to 12.
You know, though the T-Bulls, they did come back. They did come out of halftime with a 15-point deficit. I feel like by the fourth quarter, like we saw yesterday against Oswego East, that they will be able to come back from this.
I believe so, too, and they have a lot of fighting power here, showing a lot of life at the end of this third quarter. And that will be another good free throw by Aaron Williams, cutting this game down to 11. Very short time for Benet, as they will only have 30 seconds here to score.
I feel like on here they're going to go to either the go-to guy number 11 or they're going to try to go to Sean O'Mara.
And that'll be an off-the-ball foul by Benet Academy. And Andrew will get the ball back with 21 seconds left. Potentially able to cut this lead down to 8 before the fourth quarter. And here we go with Andrew showing life on defense and proving to this crowd that they're not done in this game.
You know, Williams, he's really shown a lot of tenacity today, allowing for a lot of opportunities to come. And though his aggression has gotten fouls sometimes, it really has shown his huge effort.
And there are 5 seconds left in this quarter. Andrew will retain possession here. Looking for a quick score to head into the fourth quarter with momentum here. Jabril Adekoya will inbound the ball. Aiming at looking for Glorand here. Aaron Williams will get the ball instead, and he will drive it and give it to Leisha, who will shoot from the arc and miss it.
Just narrowly on that one. You know, everybody loves to see a buzzer beater, and that was extremely close there.
Absolutely, and it is 38-27. Benet Academy leading the Andrew Thunderbolts here by 11 points. Both teams have 4 fouls here in this second half. Your leading scorers for Benet are Sean O'Mara, for 15 points, and number 11, Colin Bonnet with 9.
You know, those two players, they really just seem to be, I don't want to say their whole team, but a very good percent of it.
Absolutely, as Andrew did outscore Benet Academy in that third quarter. Let's see if they can close out and maybe close out this 11-point deficit. If they stay great on defense and really stay solid, they have a chance here to move on to 2-0. And this would be a great win for Andrew, proving that they can come back and they do have a chance here in this game. Again, Joe Salinas here with Mike Brennan, students from Andrew High School, with Nate Chanel here as your camera guy and bringing you the best coverage from this Camp Hoops tournament. And your very own Andrew Thunderbolts from Tinley Park, Illinois.
And now we see Luke Hook and Gino Karopoulos coming back out now.
Again, 2 sophomores.
You know, very key moment here.
Absolutely, 2 sophomores here in this game that proven to be very good players with a lot of potential, adding a lot of great depth. As Andrew will try to get a score here and try to cut this deficit. That's exactly what they need. Andrew will retain possession. As the 2 sophomores, Luke Hook and Gino Karopoulos both get touches here on this possession. Jabril in the game. Played all his minutes. Really working hard this whole game rather. And Glorin will be given a foul for 2 shots. Able to cut this game down to 9.
Lisha, I've noticed he's very adept at drawing fouls out of players.
Absolutely. Again, Glorin, a prolific shooter from the free throw line. See if he can knock this one down. He does not. Still has the chance to cut this game down to 10. And at this point, this is where free throws are critical. Trying to cut this lead down with a quarter left here. Drains the second one. And this is a 10-point game with Benet Academy leading.
Bennett's scoring being very limited here in the second half.
Andrew stepping it up on defense and really trying to create an opportunity.
Benet possessing the ball. Jabril still having to stay on his man.
Glorin Lisha trying to get a steal here. That's a 3-ball by Benet, and Benet will get its own rebound and get in for a quick 2. Score back, Benet back up by 12. And Glorin will just toss it to Aaron Williams, who toss it back to Hook.
Karopoulos now looking for a man.
And he will be out of, Gino Karopoulos will be out of bounds, and the ball will be Andrew, or to Benet, rather. Andrew trying to do anything they can to get back in this game.
Andrew pressing hard now with 4 men in backcourt. Andrew's man-to-man really playing a huge factor here.
Benet throwing the ball to nobody there.
Well, Benet very lucky to recover on that one. And a foul that we could hear from up here on Jabril.
That will be Jabril's 3rd foul of this game. And Sean O'Mara will head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
O'Mara, we saw him already go up to the line once and hit both of his opportunities. Do you think you're going to see this again?
Absolutely. I think Sean O'Mara is a very good player and has a lot of poise. And there we go. Drains his first free throw. That's exactly what we thought from the beginning. Sean O'Mara playing a vital role here in this Benet Academy basketball team. And now has about 17 points. Working on his 18th with this free throw. Increased the game to 14 points. And he does not.
Andrew wasting no time getting down the court, trying to get as many scoring opportunities as they can. Easy score down low.
Cuts the game down to 11, and Andrew's still not done in this game, showing they have a lot of fight left. Jabril kind of orchestrating this Andrew defense. Trying to play everyone he can. Really working on everybody. And Benet stumbling with the ball here. They're going to take a shot with Sean. And that will be a foul on Sean O'Mara. That will be his 3rd of the night. Ball will be given to Andrew with the chance here to cut the game down to 9 or 8 with a 3-point shot.
You know, suspense is really starting to build here with Benet starting to get a little bit more sloppy with their gameplay and Andrew starting to get more precise.
Absolutely, and this game could go either way. Sloppy turnover by Andrew is, I believe it will go to Benet as Andrew turned it over.
That'll be Jabril Adekoya's 4th foul. He has to be careful now, being one of Andrew's, if not Andrew's, best player.
I believe Adekoya probably brings the biggest impact to this team as he has the most height, and he will sit out for a little bit. As this puts Andrew at a huge disadvantage, as Jabril was covering Sean O'Mara. Jarvion Franklin with the big job now. Try his best. And Sean will get it and just dunk it and flush it in for the easy points. Sean O'Mara now has 19 points in this game. Here come the T-Bolts trying to find a way to score.
Jarvion Franklin now with the ball, getting it out to Leisha. Leisha with the 3. No good.
And Sean O'Mara controlling those boards. Really playing at high caliber throughout this entire game. Controlling the boards, putting up points. Pretty much doing it all. And here he is again. Gonna take the shot, and that'll be Sean's 4th foul. And it will be Andrew's ball. Now he's got to be careful too, because now him and Jabril both have 4 fouls, and now I was thinking he foul out Sean O'Mara, give T-Bolts an opportunity to get rid of Bennett's biggest man and win this game.
You know, that is a dirty way to play. It is a very strategical way to play in the manner.
It is. Take away Bennett's height now, and now you can start playing full caliber and really work yourself into the paint.
And O'Mara is out for the first time now after getting his 4th foul.
And that will be an off-the-ball foul. It will be Jabril taking 2 free throws now for Andrew.
Hopefully being able to sink both of these.
He now has the opportunity to cut this game down to 11. Again, Sean O'Mara now on the sideline, sitting with 4 fouls, and Andrew lose the ball because due to Jabril's missed free throws, 1 and 1. And that will be a quick foul on Aaron Williams on Bennett, and Bennett will go to the free throw line, I believe.
I mean, these fouls are they're very simple fouls, but they have to be careful to really watch what's going on here.
Absolutely. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock in this game. Andrew trying everything they can to get as many points on the board as possible with Sean O'Mara out for the time being with 4 fouls. Bennett will make the first free throw. And that'll be a free throw timeout for Bennett as they check in number 15, Josh Yusufu. As number 12, Colin Pelletieri, drains his 2nd free throw. He now has 8 points in this game. Another rising star for this Bennett team.
Williams now with the ball up top.
Bennett looking to do just fine without the help of their big guy, Sean. And that will be a foul on Bennett as Jarvion Franklin will head to the free throw line.
You know, Franklin, I saw him in Warren, was really working on his free throws. And from what I saw, he was doing a great job.
Absolutely, as he's shown tonight, he can shoot the free throw, as he has 2 points in this game. Both those points coming from free throws. Here he is again. He had a hard evening as he has the job of guarding Sean O'Mara, who has more height on him. 9 more inches of height to be exact. As he nails his first free throw, here's his second. And that will be good. And that makes this a 13-point game.
And with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, that still is a whole lot of time in basketball terms.
It is, but again, every possession counts from here on out. You got to play good defense and you got to play good offense. And on top of that, you really can't make any mistakes. Sean O'Mara still on the bench here. I'm just thinking, when's Gene Heidkamp gonna, head coach of the Bennett Academy, when's he gonna put Sean back in? And Bennett will lose the ball. let it go out of bounds, and Jabril will check this one in to Mike Grenda, number 10, a senior for this Andrew team. Another leader in himself. As Jabril gets blocked. And that will be a foul on Jabril. And it will be Bennett's ball. Oh, I'm sorry, it's off the ball foul, not a foul on Jabril, as he stays in the game. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left.
Benet now possessing, getting it into the paint without their big man down there, and bouncing off the fingertips of Jabril Adekoya. Jabril getting very, very frustrated down there.
We are approaching the 3 minute and 20-second mark here in the fourth quarter. Your T-Bolts trailing 13, 45-32 the score. Benet Academy up. Joe Salinas, Mike Brennan announcing this game. Nate Chanel, camera and producer.
Benet now is looking like they're going to just possess this, try to get a little bit more points.
And that will be a foul on Andrew, as Benet will head to the free throw line. That'll be number 12, Colin Pelletieri. This game is being brought to you by IHSA TV, and this tournament being brought to you by Camp Hoop Society to help family members with other family members who have cancer. Great society to be funding, and a great tournament for a great cause. As Benet sinks their first free throw.
Score's now 46-32, Benet leading by 14.
Benet doing a great job controlling the boards and playing an overall great game. Outdoing the T-Bolts in almost every category. You got to think, if you're Coach Mike O'Halloran, might want to adjust your game plan if you do have to face these guys later in the tournament. Andrew, if they do lose here, would be at 1-1 as Glorin shoots the three, and it's good.
Bringing this game to a 12-point deficit.
And that's what they need out of their T-Bolt team, is 3-point shots. Cut this lead by Benet down quickly. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in the game. Here we go, Benet with the ball. Really just playing around now and trying to take time off the clock. Maybe get a couple more shots in.
Jabril having to play more cautiously than he normally does.
And timeout will be taken by Benet Academy, as Coach Mike O'Halloran will also get an opportunity to talk to his team before the long stretch ahead here in Naperville North. Game 1 tonight of this tournament. Mike kind of thought at the beginning of the second half here we'd see a pretty high-scoring game, and for the most part we have. I mean, Benet up 12 points, 47-35. Again, their leading scorer, Sean O'Mara, with 19 points.
Yeah, that's something that I really didn't expect, that Andrew would be down by this much. I did expect it to be a very close game, but right now from what I'm seeing, it's not a close game at all, with Sean O'Mara being their top scorer here. And from what it looks like on the bench right now with the coaches talking to him, it looks like O'Mara will be re-entering the game.
Absolutely, and why not put your best guy back in the game with 2 minutes, 24 seconds here. Even with all the fouls that he's got, really is kind of irrelevant now, considering with such a low amount of time on the clock. Maybe Benet loses a block or loses a couple defensive plays. Maybe this turns into a really close game. For the most part, Benet being in control and really just putting the foot on the pedal, not really letting go. As we begin, we'll return back to game action with 2 minutes, 24 seconds left on the clock. Benet will gain possession, and Sean O'Mara checks back into the game. He has 4 fouls. And they will not waste any time giving it back to him, as Sean will just dunk it again for the easy score. Wow, it's got to be nice for Benet having a guy 6'9" and can just score at will here. And that will be a 3-point shot by Luke Hook, making this an 11-point game. And now timeout taken by Andrew here. Mike O'Halloran wants a couple words with his team.
What do you think that O'Halloran will be saying to his team at this point?
I think he's going to want his team to keep up the pressure, keep up the tempo, and maybe just try to work this game down all the way to the wire. But maybe, hopefully, get some turnovers and really bring this game to a closer margin.
Really, 3 3-pointers and a 2 would tie this game. And in this time that it is allowed, there still is a lot of time for him to do that and his team if they really do just keep on pushing forward and put forth more effort than they have been this game.
That is a possibility, Mike. And if you want to score, their best chance of scoring is from putting the ball in either Jabril Okoye or Lauren Leisha's hands.
Leisha having
scoring here, 11 and 10 points consecutively, or respectively.
Leisha's having absolutely excellent outside shooting, and Jabril on the inside part of things, he's having another great game inside.
Absolutely, and here we go with the conclusion of this game. 1:54 left on the clock. Sean O'Mara and Jabril Okoye both with 4 fouls. Maybe look for one of them to foul out. If that does happen, both big players, big key players for their teams. Benet will inbound, number 32, Pat McKierney. Will touch the ball first. As he does check in this ball, it's number 12, Colin Pelletieri. Here we go with the conclusion as Benet will try and find a way to score quickly here against this Andrew defense. Really not needing it, but want to show how competitive they really are for future games in this tournament.
And with their huge center getting the ball again. Benet, they really have shown that they are a dominant team here. And most of the dominance, I think, has come from Sean O'Mara. That's my personal opinion there.
Absolutely. In this game, the clock rolls down to 1 and 10 seconds. This possession already taking 30 seconds off the clock. And here's Benet really just playing around with the T-Bolts, just keeping the ball away. As this clock is under 1 minute left to play. Benet having no intention to score, and they do find a guy, and they do score. Here we go with Andrew. Jabril takes a quick 3, and he drains it. And
Jabril
gets this game down to 10.
10.
And Benet in their last possession really showed no inkling to really score. Rather, just take time off the clock and send the T-Bolts hacking. Again, if Andrew does lose this game, they will go back to 1-1 in the tournament. Benet to 2-0. Andrew still have a shot at this tournament. Could see Benet later in this tournament. Possibility here.
It's a tough thing to see, especially with Andrew T-Bolts having such an amazing season last year. Probably the best ever in school's history.
Absolutely, as the T-Bolts rolled last year with a 24-3 record. Best in the history of Andrew High School. Jabril was the front runner of that team, and his brother Jawad Adekoya was also part of that team. He graduated, and Jabril kind of took the reins. And here we go with 42.9 seconds remaining. Expect Benet here to just play keep away and send the T-Bolts packing. Joe Salinas here, Mike Brennan announcing, giving you the greatest coverage that IHSA has to offer.
And also with just 43 seconds left on the clock now, I really do believe that Benet is just going to really want to possess this ball and try to keep it away from Andrew.
I think you're right, Mike, and here we go with Benet just playing keep away. Andrew will quickly foul and send Benet to the free throw line with 35.2 seconds remaining. Number 12, Jake O'Connor, checks into this game.
Having fresh players, and it does give the ability for more fouls to occur, but it also Do you think it's going to affect the team's chemistry at all?
I'm not so sure, Mike. I mean, still have a whole season to play. Still got a lot of talent to see. This Andrew team showing that they're persistent and they don't want to go home without a fight. Showing great poise here. And, maybe lose this game, but there's so many more games left in the season. Got to work on your mistakes in this game. And there are a couple of things you have to correct. Just use this game as something to look back on and correct your mistakes here and create a better team in the future. As Glorin puts up a shot and misses, Benet will rebound and they will foul him immediately. Game 53-41 with 22 seconds remaining. Benet just putting this game out of reach.
If with 12 points, possibly 14 after this, do you really expect Andrew to come back from this one, Joe?
Well, you never know, Mike. I mean, anything could happen, but with 22 seconds left, I expect Benet here to just really play a slow pace, and he misses a free throw there. I expect Benet to try to just hold this ball and really drain out this clock here. Andrew has a lot to look to improve on here, as they might probably lose this one. But, there's always hope. I mean, last year they went 24-3, and no one expected them to do that. And here we are, sitting in this tournament, and last night Andrew played a heck of a game against Oswego East, and here's Andrew now just trying to find a way to score before the end of this game. Aaron Williams will make the shot and rebound by Gino Karopoulos. Brian Warsham now with the ball. Gino will take a shot at the hoop, and he will drain a three, making this a 10-point game as the clock rolls down to a second left, and that'll be it. Your final score here in Naperville North, Benet winning 54 to Andrews 44. Your leading scorers will be Jabril Cloyer on the Andrews side with 13 points and Sean O'Mara on the other side with 21 points. The players shake hands. This has been another broadcast with Joe Salinas here and Mike Brennan as your announcers. Nate Chanel is your camera guy. And we will see you later on IHSA.tv.
Thank you, and have a great night, everybody.